Spank me, Kess.
But you're always yawning at the start of this.
I'm going to be awake this time. Hi, welcome to SeraCast. My name is Dell. I am one of the co-owners of Seraphim, and I do a lot of the kind of website behind the scenes, girl behind the curtain kind of magic.
Hi, I'm Kess. I'm the other co-owner, as Dell said, and I work a lot on the commercial and marketing side of the business. So I deal with all the advertising and the business side. Don't forget to subscribe to these videos to get updated on every time we upload a video to the Seraphim YouTube. So the first section, as always, is the news that's going on at Seraphim and any changes that we've made to the site and why we've made them to the site. So you might have noticed that we've added an extra line in for each event that we do to say whether it is a stationary event, i.e. are all these booths available in one location, a la Collaboratiate or Anthem or Fermeshed, that kind of thing. Or if it's a hop around event and the teleport link is in each of the gallery photos. So think things like Saturday sale, happy weekend, 15 Linden Friday, that kind of thing. We've added it in there so you can see straight away what type of event it is and whether you need to be looking out for the teleport link at the top of the post or in each of the gallery photos.
Yeah, then you can get there faster and get your shop on. So yeah, that was our new enhancement this week. And we also have some really fun stuff we've been talking about for a couple of weeks. And it's coming super soon. In fact,
have we mentioned fun at all? Have we? I feel like we barely mentioned it.
You think? Like, not at all?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should say more. Maybe we should say that it'll be an experience inside of a toy factory.
Oh. Dell is going to be Willy Wonka. Now, which Willy Wonka you're going to get? The mad, insane one or the actually still a bit nice one is, we don't know. But
you make me sound terrible.
Can I also say about Willy Wonka?
Oh, please.
The very first time I watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the original one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Augustus Gloop ran over and started drinking the chocolate river. I was like, I'd be there with him. I ain't gonna lie. There's a chocolate river. I'm gonna try that chocolate river. And if I fall in, I didn't feel like he was a bad kid for trying it because we all would have tried it. All of us would have tried the chocolate river. I'd have dived in. I'm sorry. I just wanted to share that.
I would probably have tried the chocolate river had nobody dove in. However you say that sentence. But
he didn't dive in. He laid by the side of it and tried to scoop teacups of chocolate river into his gob.
Which is fine.
And I think, which is fine.
But I don't want your dirty ass feet shit in my chocolate.
They were supposed to be bad children, and I don't think he was a bad child for drinking the chocolate river because we would have all drunk the chocolate river.
Have you been holding on to this for 40 years since that movie came out?
Pretty much. I think Augustus Gloop had a bad rap. I'm sorry. Just the fun event opens on March the 25th, and people will know that because they're right now looking at the poster that's next to us for the fun event.
We will have the fun event on The Sims starting next Friday, and then right after that we're going to start diving into Easter stuff. We are organizing a hunt currently, and a bunch of different prizes and contests and games and all kinds of stuff will be going on both on the sim and in some main store locations across the grid. It's going to be really fun.
Our amazing Taylor is working on that as we speak. So, yeah, that's going to be great.
Yes. So speaking of Easter, Kess, it's time for the Cadbury Cremate Countdown.
I counted, and I'd like to say as well that we're recording this a day later than normal. So,
No, you're defending yourself in advance.
no, because I'm at 35, which I think is 6. Was it 41 last week?
It was 41, yeah.
So it's 6 in 8 days.
Oh, so you skipped 2 whole days.
I did. Well, maybe I had 2 on one day and then skipped 3 days. You don't know.
That's true.
I can be a bit bingy with Cremate.
Oh, you're going to be in such Cremate withdrawal when those are all gone.
But I'd just like to say, I mean, it's going to be a few weeks yet, and maybe I need to stock up while they're in the shop.
So Sarah Pride is also coming up. That'll be in June. We are bringing back the drag race, which was super, super, super popular last year. People really
was last year. People loved the drag race.
If you would like to dress up as a drag queen or a drag king, keep that in mind and watch the site, because pretty soon we'll be putting up the form.
That's going to be excellent. It really was such a fun event last year, and as you said, people absolutely loved it. So
yeah, it was a good time.
So we're moving on to the question section, and yay, we have questions. It only took 3 weeks, but we did get questions. We had some questions emailed to us, and we had some questions on the YouTube comments last week. So, Del, do you want to start? Well, I'll ask the question because you're going to ask this one. But Mimi on YouTube asked, how did Seraphim get started?
So Seraphim started out of another blog that was, 11 years ago. That was doing, blogging kind of like we do. Like they were covering more like event style stuff. This was the very, very, very beginning of events. However, they were also providing their opinions and their editorials, and they weren't always kind. So one of the girls that was working there left and started Seraphim, and her name is Vix. Vix Thibodeau, for you old timers, you might know her, and thought, you know what, I just really want to create a place where people can go and reference some shopping stuff and, see what's going on without having to get to the events, because they were really hard to get into, because there were like 5. There were not very many. Soon after she opened Seraphim, she hired me as a blogger. And then I worked for her for about a year and a little less, maybe about 9 months. She was a new mom. And the pressures of like real life work and childcare and, family stuff and just real life just took her away. So she left SL and she was going to have to give Seraphim up. She was going to close it actually. And I was like, please don't close it. Let me kind of run it. So that's how Seraphim kind of came to be. It was funny too, because as we were looking through the YouTube comments and the emails and stuff, there was another person, Leilani Arnaz. I don't know if you saw her comment, but she was like, oh my gosh, I've been in Second Life for 16 years and I'm like such a big fan of you guys. And like, I've been using your site forever and this is where I send everybody. And then she goes, especially the guys, because they're clueless when it comes to shopping.
Yeah.
I was like, aw.
I know so many guys that only use the marketplace, and so many good stores don't put their items on marketplace. So, like, really limits the option.
Well, then you guys if your guy friends are frustrated, tell them about Seraphim. We're here. We're here for them too. Yep. Someone also in the comments brought up that I say kerfluffle, and it was Moonstone Fox, and they were like, isn't it kerfuffle? And it's very hard for me to say it that way, but they were right. I had to Google it. I did research.
It is kerfuffle.
I know.
So all these arguments we keep having about how to say things, you're admitting that you were saying that one wrong.
That one thing wrong.
Along with unit, which you also say wrong.
It's unique.
And same shed, which you also say wrong.
But that's intentional.
Oh dear. So we also had a question that came in by email, which was from Sin, and she said, have you considered taking an approach into being more of a directory, not just Seraphim, but catering to more than shopping?
Well, the answer to that is yes. Yes, we have. Thank you for writing in, Sin. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. I am kidding. I don't know what I'm saying. Yes, we have considered becoming more of a directory. The thing that kind of holds us back is we are so focused on shopping, and it's always been about shopping, and it's always been about the shoppers, that we're worried that if we start to branch out and give attention to other activities, other things that go on in Second Life, we're kind of gonna dilute the quality of what we're providing. And we don't want to do that. At the end of the day, we're shoppers too. We use the site just like all y'all use the site.
Yeah.
So
I think our job is not done with shopping. There are still other parts of the retail world in Second Life that we currently have our eye on, and we have ideas and things. We've still got developments to do. You know, our baby is not fully grown up yet, so we're not ready to like start thinking about another baby.
yeah. So if you have any suggestions, any comments, any questions, please go ahead and email us, contact@seraphimsl.com. We would really love to hear from you.
If this was a real life thing, I'd be pointing now down to the bottom third of the screen where the email address is.
What if I put it in the top third? You don't know my life.
Because that would be ridiculous. It always goes in the bottom third. What kind of like visual producer are you?
A terrible one.
You would be if you put it in the top. And I know, as I'm saying this, you are going to put it at the bloody top this time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is your 30-second warning to cover your ears, take the cat and dog out the room, mute.
We did not get anyone who sent in any musical submissions. So until you guys,
maybe they don't think you've got an ear for music still.
Until you guys start sending in those submissions, I'm just gonna sing it every single week. That's my promise to you.
Right. Okay, go on. 3, 2, 1.
Myth busting. Myth busting. That was
I don't know whether it's just as bad or I'm just getting used to it.
That was a good one.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Right. Okay, what are we busting the myth balls off this week?
Well, the myth ball explosion is about how we accept events for coverage.
So we talked a bit last week about why certain booths might not be covered in an event, and how once we decide that we're going to cover an event, then we will cover all the booths unless it falls within those copyright infringements, IP issues, items not being set up, that kind of thing. So we have a process where a new event applies for coverage, and there's the apply for coverage section of the website that makes it clear that it's free, it's a free service, that we offer. And there are two options, which is for a one-off fair event or a recurring event. So whether it's a weekly event or a monthly event or whatever. Those forms then come into us, and we have a team of managers who review each application. Because if we're going to give something a full gallery, then we've got to assign bloggers to that. And as we've mentioned before, we pay our bloggers. So, we can't cover every event. It's as simple as that. We don't have enough resource. And B, if we covered absolutely every single event and paid every single member of staff, like, we'd be bankrupt. Pretty much. So, we have a finite amount of resource. So we have to put that resource where we think it's going to give the readers the best information, i.e. the things that the readers are going to be interested in. I was going to say, actually, if we could cover everything, we would, but we probably wouldn't. Thinking about it, we probably still wouldn't. Would we?
No, I mean, we look at the historical data for the reason of deriving what trends and what type of products and what brands and which events that our readers are interested in. And then we make sure that that same level of quality is available at these other events. So we're not going to cover everything that exists in Second Life. We're going to cover what our readers want to see. So sometimes something that happens too is that events will tell people that they are getting Seraphim coverage, or that they'll put that, like, this is part of our marketing plan. Please do not assume that just because it's on the event note card that it's a done deal. A lot of times events will tell you, this is like our plan, this is what we're going to do. And it can seem like it's already like agreed upon. But like Kess was saying, our resources are limited on certain days and certain hours. There's a lot of considerations. If you are unsure if the event is going to be for sure on the Seraphim site, you could contact one of us. You could contact Belle or Jules. They're our managers. And you could look in the calendar.
Yeah, the calendar is a really good resource. And the reason I say that is sometimes, as Dale said, it's accidental. They've assumed that they'll get coverage, or they've applied and they just haven't had a response. And it's really more a not understanding how the process works rather than malice. The views and opinions expressed in this segment are those of the Seraphim team members individually and do not necessarily reflect the position or official policies of SeraphimSL.com. Any content provided during the editorial section of this podcast is not intended to malign anyone or anything.
That was really fast.
Was it? I didn't think it was fast at all. I was going for clarity rather than speed.
Look at you. I was going for clarity rather than speed.
I don't sound like that.
So on New World Notes this last week, there was an article called "If Meta Couldn't Launch a Virtual Currency Because of Its Reputation, What Hope Does Meta's Metaverse Have?" And it actually kind of started me on this really deep dive, and I ended up reading a bunch of articles about all this. But I guess that, like, other people probably know more about this than I do, understand that. But I guess that, like, Facebook, they had all those problems with, like, security breaches and data mining issues and, all the stuff, like, he had to testify in front of Congress and all that stuff. And, like, Biden hates him randomly. I don't know what happened there. Maybe they had a kerfuffle. See what I did there? Do you see?
The kerfuffle's going to be the new pertinent.
It might be. He burned bridges here in the U.S. with basically governmental regulators, and he did the same thing in Europe. They don't like him either. So nobody trusts him to back his virtual currency. So they're just not going to do it. And understand too that like international transactions are like a regulatory nightmare. You have to be joined to the different financial systems in a lot of different countries with different laws and different rules and different, cultures and how they handle money and what money even means to them. Like it would be really, really, really hard for anybody, especially for a snarky little Silicon Valley twerp.
There's an opportunity for Tilia then to work with Meta.
Well, I don't know, but I'd be willing to bet that if Tilia were to open to something like that, and that might be a problem because if he can't get the licenses, I mean, he's going to obviously, if this happens, he's going to have to work through a third party. And what the hell is that going to look like? So anyway, the gist of it is if this guy can't even get this currency rolled out, how is he going to handle all of the different privacy laws, different data mining? Facebook's an advertising company, let's face it, right? They gather all of our information and then they sell it to these people whose ads show up in our news feeds,
I don't know if I imagine this now, but I read something somewhere, and it was just a headline. I didn't read the whole piece. That he was threatening that if he doesn't get like legislative something or other for Meta in Europe, he will pull Facebook from Europe.
Oh, probably. Who the fuck? He's got his tantrums, his mantrums.
His mantrums.
So, yeah, check that article out on New World Notes. It was interesting, and it takes you on kind of a little journey if you're more interested in finding out about kind of the currency failures that he's already faced. And then this week we are featuring a favorite find from Malaya. So Malaya is an event blogger, and she's been with us for about 5 months. In addition to event blogging, she also works on some of the features like main store, the sales, hunts and games and giveaways. And she, little known fact, loves decorating in SL, and she participates in decor competitions.
Now, I need to know what these decor contests are. When I read that, I was like, oh, decor contests I kind of like. Is it like Spelling Bee? And you go through all these different rounds and then there's a decor winner or something at the end.
I don't know.
I am going to talk to her. I'm interested.
So the events that she brings you guys on the blog include Abnormality, Enchantment. She leads the team on Equal 10. Fameshed. Dun, dun, dun.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Happy Weekend, Liaison, Collaborative, TLC, Redo, Shiny Shabby, Thirsty Event, Uber Treasure Chest, and she blogs a lot of like the one-time events and fairs that we cover. The item that she picked out this week is available at Equal 10. It is the Jordan Patio Set by Chez Moi. I love their store name, Chez Moi. I just like to say it.
I love their items as well. They're really like good quality items.
Mm-hmm. So Malaya says this cute patio set is in a neutral wood and style that goes well with many types of decor. It is low land impact, only 3 land impact total for the 2 chairs and the table. The chairs have fun animations and have many different props for food, drinks, and the phone. And the tray also gives out coffee and croissants. The tulips and blueberries give that spring feeling. Overall, it's a very full featured set. So, because it's a set, some of the items are sold individually for as low as 72 linden, and the entire set's available for 559 linden.
After this, I'm going straight to Equal 10 to buy that. Okay, so my favourite find, literally I found about 2 hours ago, which is when it was released. That's 2 hours ago from when we're recording, obviously not when the video is going out. So, Salt Peppermint from the store Salt and Pepper has a gift out in her store, which is the Peace Choker that I am wearing at the moment. It comes in two versions, a cosmetic version and an RLV scripted choker version. There are 10 colours for the inlays, and there are 3 inlays in the peace sign, and you can change all 3 colours separately. And then there are 6 metal, metallic options, gold, silvers, rose gold, etc. It's completely free gift. It is not a group gift. So there is, there's no benefit in it for her doing it. She just said in the piece that she put on Facebook that she was finding it really hard to focus at the moment with everything that's going on in the world, and she wanted to make a gift of peace for everybody, which I thought was really nice. And so that's available to pick up at her main store free of charge.
Aw, that's really kind. I love that. My favorite find of the week is from DRD, and it's actually an older item. DRD is having a huge sale right now. They just had a store rebuild, which is really nice. I like the way that they did it. It's really nicely set up and lots of room, which is really nice too. This is called the Evening Romance Bed, and it's 33 land impact. So we're really excited tomorrow. This is one of my top 5 events of the year. Tomorrow on the 19th of March, Bloom is opening, and I love this event.
I mean, you just know it's spring, and
Yeah.
the weather's gonna change, and we're getting into, all the snow's disappearing, aside from my neighbours who still have snow in March.
And then we also have a little fun event coming next Friday. I don't know if maybe you guys have heard about it. It's going to be fun.
Not from us. We barely mentioned it.
Barely mentioned it. We're so good at not mentioning things. Really. We're good at it.
Really. We really are. I just thought then maybe I shouldn't say anything about my neighbour, but it's fine. You can leave it in. I want them to take their bloody snow away. Okay. So we just mentioned Bloom and fun, but there's a regular event which is having an anniversary this coming week. So that is TLC, the Liaison Collaborative, which opens on the 18th at 12 noon. It's their 9th year.
Aww.
They are doing a stack of giveaways on various social media. I think I read she's got something like 120,000 Linden's worth of prizes and cash and gift cards. Yeah, it's a really big celebration. So we're getting involved with that. They are sponsoring our giveaway this week, and we have 9,000 Linden's worth of prizes for 9 years of TLC. The first prize is 4,000 Linden in cash, so you can go and shop the round out to your heart's content with 4,000 Lindens. And then we have 2,500 Linden gift cards, one from Spruce and one from the Bearded Guy. So 2 really good brands there to shop with, and you can buy a lot of both of those stores for 2,500 Linden. So that's really good value as well. Usual thing applies. Please just drop a comment on YouTube with your Second Life Legacy name, and we will choose a winner and put the winners in the description of next week's SeraCast. And congratulations on 9 years to TLC.
Absolutely. What a milestone. Good for them. All right, guys. Well, that about does it for this week. So thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you know when the next episode drops. And you can follow us and all of our socials that are listed below in the description.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
How about this? Your face is literally in my ass. Oh, everything on this is like in love. I don't know if we want to be in love. Oh.
No, well, apparently there's already rumors. So, like...
Yeah, because Maya's starting them.
Looking at me like that.
You just quit looking at me like that. Hey.
I think maybe we just need to have this in the background.
Okay.
And
actual chairs that don't require us fornicating.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll call this the fornication station.
I'm going to take my shoes off as well. I don't like having shoes on.
I just am not into shoes in SL at all. I mean, I buy them. I kind of do the same thing with shoes in SL that I do in RL. Like, I buy them, and then I really never wear them. To do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the lighting set up for this.
Excuse me. I'll just choke all over the place.
It's your turn this week.
To start?
No, to choke. It's going to be so hard to share opinions. We need to fuck less.
What?
We need to say fuck less.
Oh, we need to say fuck less. I didn't hear the say.
I didn't say.
Oh.
Because it's funnier.
I was like, wait, what? Kess and I kind of tried it out for a second before we started today. And, you know, I think we might have smooched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sims moderate and it is adult items, so we had to, like, control ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was really hard.
That's what she said.
That was hot.
Do not keep that in. There's already rumors. Maya
wants us to be lovers. Secret lovers. Yeah.
I have to remember to glance at it before it goes in my gobble.
My gobble.